Hello, everyone. Hi, soul family, or should I say, hi, dragon seeds, because that's what this collective message, this channel is about. If you're part of this collective, this is such a powerful message about you being of dragon seed lineage. I'll get into what that means in a second, but just so you can clarify if this is the collective that you are part of or not, let's just do a check-in. First of all, hi, my name is Maddie, good Gemini. Welcome to the channel. We'd love to have you like, comment, subscribe, stick around, share the video. Maybe check in for the first few minutes, see if this is resonating with you. If you're just following your intuition and you feel like this is your message, then go with it. Always follow your intuition, and remember, this is a collective message, so not every single message may resonate. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, because it's most likely for somebody else in the collective. Doesn't mean that it's not your reading. Just follow that inner guidance system and check in with yourself. We want to be very careful of the readings and information we're consuming right now with just so much technology available to us. So if you're sticking around, welcome. This is such a powerful channel. I pulled all of these cards during a meditation that I did earlier in the month. We're at the end of August now. I was guided to re-record this message because I felt like I was not being clear enough. I was a little all over the place in the first go around, and there's something very particular. There's certain particulars about this message that I really wanted to communicate. Every one of these cards is still the same as the original pull, except the peacock, elk, and the chameleon are ones that I pulled today, and I feel like they really coincide with this message. So what it means if you're of dragon seed lineage. So I was thinking of star seeds, and I was thinking of this dragon's eye. This also represents the solar plexus chakra, our identity, what our intentions are, who we are, what we can do. A lot of our confidence lives in the solar plexus. So the Queen of Wands coming out, she is kind of the embodiment of confidence, and I feel like she is stepping out for the first time in a new way. We even have after I shuffled the channel message cards, putting yourself out there, you're ready. So there's definitely, and then also the flamingo at the bottom of this deck, embrace the in-between. So very much you've been in an in-between phases, especially with this message coming through. Multi-dimensional connection has also been coming up. Many different versions of yourself are kind of coinciding or unifying, coming into a dynamic equilibrium. 6666 is a number of compassion and a balanced heart, harmony, your truth, beauty. Again, like I said, dynamic equilibrium. This particular card, great blessings, self-love, boundaries, needs, positivity, wisdom, understanding, letting go, and expansion. So, like I said, I put together starseed and dragon, and when I put those two words together, I was like, oh, this is connected to Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. And in House of the Dragon, if you've watched the newer season, the second season, if you know or don't know about the kind of the storyline of Game of Thrones, the dragon riders are only of Targaryen blood throughout history. This is like a particular family bloodline that are the only ones who have ever been known to be able to ride dragons. And actually, they're dragon riders, right? So dragon seeds at the end of this season, they are having a hard time finding someone with Targaryen blood to be able to ride or connect with this dragon that they have. It's like the most powerful dragon that they have. And I think, regardless of that, they find people who are like willing to risk their lives essentially to see if they are a dragon rider. And the guy that gets chosen, who is not of Targaryen blood, is the dragon seed. He is the chosen one outside of the Targaryen blood, who is the dragon rider. So you are coming through as that. You are not of your family. You are the first. I just heard thousands of years. Okay? This is a very intense message. You are the first in thousands of years in your family's bloodline to be in this powerful of a position. Um, Particularly coming through as the Queen of Wands, this is like with your creative abilities and your leadership abilities, your magnetism, and the ability to step into who you truly are. Self mastery is coming through, self love, but being able to go after love, opportunities, career, jobs. Like there's all these new things that are entering your field because of certain healing, certain things that you've been doing. You have been able to tame the dragon. You have connected with the dragon here. You are stepping into knowing who you are on a soul level. Like, again, like I said, it's like a multi-dimensional thing where there's like multiple versions of you colliding, coinciding, integrating. With the chameleon spirit, I've been seeing chameleons everywhere the past couple of days, and I even channeled them in my meditations yesterday. Act as if. So I feel like you've kind of had to blend in to survive up until this point of your life. What's coming through is obviously that phrase, fake it until you make it. Maybe this is something that you identify with, but I'm really getting, especially with, and by the way, all of these cards, like I said, I channeled and I didn't pull them. Like I meditated and saw all of these cards in my mind's eye. So specifically the King of Cups reversed came through. I initially thought he was the Hierophant, but when I realized it was the King of Cups reversed, this is really giving, like, I just kept hearing the word tortured. So being a tortured soul, or you've been through some sort of like emotional torture, you dealt with a lot of emotionally manipulative people. I'm getting the Princess Bride, I forget his name, the guy, the little bald guy, and he's like, inconceivable. And he is trying to trick the man in black to drink the poisonous cup, and is like moving them around, swapping them around, trying to confuse him, and he ends up killing himself by doing something like that. And I feel like you've dealt with a lot of people like this. I just heard drunk on emotions, a lot of drama, maybe emotional chaos, emotional liquor. I've never heard it put that way before. Maybe there's alcohol, substance abuse, addiction involved in some way. ABUSE. I'm so sorry if you've been through that, but really, really what's coming through here is this is a collective of people who have risen above this, and they are breaking barriers of thousands of years of ancestral trauma, passed down generational trauma and behavior that you're breaking through. I don't think you realize how big of a deal this is. This 8 within the next few weeks. I feel like within the next 8 to 10 weeks, even 6 weeks, I'm getting this feeling now of like the build up. That's what I'm thinking of. Thanks, Spirit. The build up to this. I don't know what this is, and I'm going to pull some tea leaf cards to clarify. But great blessings. Like, I just feel like your life is overflowing with blessings, and it's not going to stop. Something else that came through was with these cards over here. The concept of you growing up, particularly like this collective, you more than likely, you don't have to, but I feel like a majority of this collective, your parents are from the baby boomer generation, which I think is like born in the 50s or 60s. And there's something about when you were raised, your parents almost like logically saying out loud all of these things that they were supposed to be doing to handle life, or how you're supposed to handle life. A lot of the coping skills, or I just heard like walk the walk, or like they can't walk the walk, but they tried to talk the talk, where a lot of the things that the people around you were saying did not match the way that they were able to approach the situation. It's almost like you're not supposed to be affected, but then they were like so affected emotionally. I'm getting anger specifically. Using anger, resentment, like bullying just came through that word. Bullying your appearance, bullying you for being different, bullying you for stepping out of their matrix or their norm of the way that they thought that you should be, or the way that they've done things up until this point. The elk is, this could be particularly connected to your father. It doesn't have to be. It could be your mother. It could be both parents, really. But you're moving away from whatever this trauma is. It's like really, really deep healing is taking place on a soul cellular level. And you've been recalibrating and rising. You see this Queen of Wands. I love this Queen of Wands because she's like, her energy is so potent and so powerful. I just heard like, there's nothing sweeter than you. There's nothing stronger than you. Your magnetism, like you ooze. And this is, you could be male or female. This is also Aries energy. In the shadow, it's Piscean energy. You don't have to be one of those signs. But very much Aries energy is about leadership, confidence. This is really your self-concept, your self-mastery, learning how to be within self-control, controlling your impulses, controlling your anger, controlling your mind. Excuse me, I'm just readjusting myself on my seat. Controlling your mind. We had the Three of Swords that also came out at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, with the Strength card, look at that. It's the control here. Making peace. Yellow butterflies could be something that you've been seeing a lot, but Strength is like the first card of the spiritual awakening in the majors. So you're facing this new depth of spiritual awakening. You're open. You see, you've broken free from victimization of your pain. And you're open. You see like the spiritual light that's shining on her because she's willing to look at the truth of the pain. It's almost like as soon as you face this pain, you do certain healing, or you've done certain healing regarding this familial pain, trauma, programming, whatever this is, however this resonates with you, the healing that you're doing is building a new foundation. Because you see in the Three of Pentacles reversed, it's like demolishing this building, everything's thrown around, it was abandoned, and you kind of have come in here and you are taking care of the place. You are building a new foundation, a new blueprint. You're open to spirit's guidance, especially with this is very like this is a very religious card to me. It always makes me think of the Holy Trinity, and especially that I was thinking this was the Hierophant. This is giving like your belief in yourself, your beliefs in general. You're rewriting your blueprint to your life, to who you are, what you believe in, how you handle life. Yeah, there's something about the father who like said a lot, like, I'm just here, said a lot, like, excuse me to the dads out there, but like said a lot of shit, and they did not like do that. They were not the example of what they were promoting, let's just say. So especially with this this is very eclipse energy. This is very powerful. The elk represents the father. That's why I brought that up. You are taking different leadership in your life than you ever have. I think that you are kind of coming into I just heard multifaceted. You have many different sides to you. I'm getting also Gemini energy that's coming through for this. Libra and Aquarius, very much air energy. Also had Aries and Pisces. Anything else that came through? Also Capricorn. Very much Gemini energy, Aquarius energy. What you think, what you know, this is shifting, this is changing. a spiritual awakening. You're heeding the call. It's also giving judgment energy a little bit. Big change. Oh yeah, before I do this, I was looking at the bottom of this deck as I just pulled all these cards back out, and look how crazy the bottom of this deck is. So 141. You could be born on the 1st, the 14th. Wow, 141 14. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Damn, yeah. You could be born on the 14th, you could be born on the 11th, the 4th, or the 1st. November, April. I'm definitely getting Aries. April 14th, April 11th, April 2nd. Also was hearing May 22nd. That's Gemini, I believe. Roses coming out. High emotional IQ. That's so wild that this is coming out on top of this, because you are healing this emotional IQ. I feel like your family, specifically your father, does not have a high emotional IQ, and you might have had like not even the father, this could even be within like unhealthy relationships that you've had, romantic relationships, where you've also then, it could be both, it could be one or the other or both, like parental and romantic, that you've attracted, or one or the other, but you've attracted a lot of people with low emotional IQs, and they haven't appreciated you. They didn't know how to love you. This could have been through friendships as well. Enchanted, infatuated. I feel like they were so threatened by your love. It's almost like you've been enchanted to not see your beauty until now. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're breaking a spell. Ooh, that's why this is so intense with this dragon seed energy. You're breaking a generational spell. I don't want to say curse, because I don't really believe in curses. I feel like it's really just saying there's like a belief system or an energy that's been existing in your bloodline or your family, very karmic energy, and it's kept you from being seen and safe. Because I think that you've been seen in lifetimes before, but you didn't have the opportunity to be safe. That's something very big here. I don't think you realize this lifetime how safe and how good you have it versus other lifetimes. We have the confirmation of family here, and confirmation of Pisces, Aquarius. We also have Leo energy here. But loyalty, faithful, allegiance, parents, children, siblings. This could be with siblings as well. Fidelity, commitment, trust, affection, support systems, origins, tribe, dependable, sincere, kindred spirits. So this is an example of what I'm talking about, of like saying or having certain values and not living by them. So maybe potentially this parent or this sibling or someone within your family or a partner was like, I only believe in monogamy and cheaters are horrible, and then they cheated on you, or then they like I'm getting like emotional cheating. I don't know why, I just heard that for someone. Maybe this is something you've experienced. Or saying like love is so important to me, but they don't know how to show it through real affection. Maybe this is somebody that tried to buy your love, I'm getting. And then fortress. This is reminding me of a castle, like with a dragon protecting it. So fortitude, staying power, stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endure, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, what it takes. So this is like that masculine fatherhood energy. It's about discipline, right? Power, authority, preparedness, right? This is reminding me of I'm getting the Emperor energy, especially too, with the Queen of Wands being Aries. So leadership. This dragon energy is like so protective. People are intimidated by you're a dragon seed. You are the first of, I don't think you understand the gravity. I keep having to say this. This is in thousands of years. Maybe it's hundreds for some, but this is like a long time where you have not been able to truly step into this role. into this true power, you are going to do very great work in this life if you choose to, because that's still a choice. I think that's something that's coming through here too. You have very strong spiritual protection and ancestral backing, but there is some dark energy, not to scare you, but there's some dark energy, particularly like around romance or family, that has tried to take control of the way that you see things. But you're pushing through this, because now this is also giving this combination of the King of Cups reversed and the King of Swords. The Targaryen bloodline, they're feared, they're regal, they're renowned, they're the dragon riders, but they also are known to have mental illness issues and going insane, right? We even see that with I think her name's Daenerys. Yeah, Daenerys in Game of Thrones. I hate the way that that show ended, but I think that's what actually happened to her in the books in some way, where she did go crazy, where she did have issues in that, like where the power got to her head. Humility is still so important. And I think what Spirit is saying right here, it's like you are building a new castle, but don't build the walls too high. It's almost, I just heard like a lot of your protection is energetic. And if you do that work, if you work with Spirit, they will protect you. You don't have to physically build the walls so high. You're going to be ready for anything. You're unbreakable. You have what it takes. You have true grit. Now that's reminding me of that movie, True Grit. Isn't that a movie? With the guy who was in fucking The Big Lebowski. What's his name? Jeff Bridges and Haley Steinfeld. Oh my gosh, and now the songs that have been coming through for this message today. That song by Miley Cyrus, I'ma do my thing, I'ma do my thing. And I remember that song is in that movie, the intro of that movie, Trainwreck. You could be from New York, because that movie's set in New York. You don't have to be. Maybe like you're a comedian, maybe you're an actor, actress. This is very creative energy. I'm getting like you can be an artist of some kind. You're a healer. I'm getting masseuse, somebody that works with their hands, like they're actually like they have healing properties by touching people, whether that be with your energy in general or physically. But yeah, it's like you have what is that phrase? The Midas touch? Is that what the phrase is? But you're gonna do your thing, okay? But like that movie was coming through. Also, you could have actually had you maybe could have been a train wreck at some point of your life because of all this like tumultuous, dramatic energy. There's definitely something coming through with alcohol. So you could have been like, you could be in recovery, you stopped drinking, you don't have to be. I'm also getting Cancer Sun for someone. January 1st. Oh, January 1st for sure, but I meant to say July 1st, so the January 1st too, because that slipped. Didn't mean to say that. And then the other songs are these songs by Chaka Khan, I'm Every Woman, and Free Your Mind. So specifically the lines of like, it's all in me, baby, do it naturally. And then free your mind and the rest will follow. So I think you're using your smarts. I think you're becoming so aware. And the King of Swords is very connected to the divine. He has a very clear channel. I think that's what this is here too. Like you have a high intellectual IQ as well as a high emotional IQ here. Maybe you feel like you don't have a high emotional IQ because it's hard for you to feel pain, but like I think it is for everybody to feel pain, and there's a need for you to have more compassion for yourself. The UK, London, these clocks here, you could be traveling to Europe right now or want to go to Europe. There could be something about Europe. Regardless, I digress. There's so many messages coming through here, but I pulled this card. Abundantia, prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Wow. So that's what I'm telling you. Your ancestors Look at the colors, these oranges, these pinks. Bottom of the deck, Unaga. Easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing, and I think you've become very much aligned with that perfect timing. This is in many different ways. The Three of Pentacles can also represent grounding, discipline in your everyday, being able to take control over your discipline in your life. I don't want to make this message too long today, so we're going to pull a couple of the channeled message cards and see what comes up. But yeah, I hope you guys are resonating with this so far. But essentially, yes, you're a chosen one. You're a dragon seed. You're a star seed too, but like dragon seed, like you are the first of your family bloodline to be a dragon rider, to control this energy, to yield this power, to step into this place that you are. You are a very powerful person, and you're meant to do very big things. And Spirit is saying this is just the beginning. You're building the blueprint, the foundation of this self-concept, because this next phase of your life that's coming up, the great blessings, the wisdom, what you're letting go is making so much room for beautiful, meaningful, just incredible things to enter your life. Wow, congratulations. Yes, come through, Spirit. And goals, very much with that Three of Pentacles. Congratulations, like you are going to reach these goals. Maybe there's particular goals that you have been reaching recently, but Spirit is congratulating you. That is such a beautiful message. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Yeah, come through, Spirit. Timing is coming through. Also, yeah, there's something like so unique about your beauty. A lot of people there's something about your eyes or the way you dress, or like your uniqueness makes you stand out. Your uniqueness is your most powerful quality. I don't know how to say what I feel. It's too much. I'm processing. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit of a throat chakra blockage, and that's totally okay. And that was, thank you for bringing that back up, Spirit, because that was one of the things that I struggled with when I first filmed this message. It was like I was doubting myself the entire way. Now you're very clear on where you want to go. You're balanced mentally, and you are moving in a different direction. You're moving towards your success. This is so beautiful. But allow yourself to process. You're in that Three of Pentacles phase, so your mind, body, and soul are coming into alignment. Just take care of yourself, stay in the present, and you'll know what to say when you're meant to say it. Allow yourself to process. Don't try to force yourself to speak. I think maybe you were pushed to the limit, or you were like made to maybe do things out of character throughout your life through dealing with this difficult energy. And you're taking responsibility for that, or being asked to take responsibility for it, and see what you need now to be able to handle that differently. And I think you just, as like the roses, you are just pure love, co-creating with Spirit. Yes. Oh, that is so beautiful. Wow, congratulations. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. You're co-creating with Spirit. That's so beautiful. And then goals, I don't know how to say what I feel. It's too much. I'm processing. You are not your mind. Yes. So don't listen to your mind when it comes to processing this stuff. Wow, these are beautiful messages that are coming through. Overall, let's get one more. Codependent. Yes, this energy was codependent. It could have been like a suffocating energy. What else came out? Mad you see through the bullshit. Oh my God. Anyone that wanted you to be codependent on them, or they wanted to be codependent on you, they're mad that you saw through their bullshit. That King of Swords. You're too intellectually smart and emotionally smart to have dealt with all of this shit. This is giving like, you may have difficulty with your family of origin, and you are going to be building a family of your own, especially with that family card coming out in Fortress. Like, you're building your own foundation, your new group. Fake as fuck, yes. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of fake fucking people. You're done being fake. You want to be the authentic you, and you are doing that. Hecate is near. Oh my god, I was gonna bring that up because of this card, the Embrace the In-Between. Wow, I'm gonna take this. Hecate is near you. Hecate is near. You are at the threshold, the in-between. Wow. I just heard you already have the key that you require to walk through this door. I just cut to liminal space. I can't make this shit up. And career or purpose. This is in regards to your purpose or your career. The Queen of Wands, she, like I said, she's a leader. I feel like something that I'm gonna pull some tea leaf cards and some tarot for what's coming up in the next few weeks to give you an idea, and then also just a tarot card of advice. But something that's coming through is like, the more powerful you are, the more haters you're gonna have, and I feel like this is what you're being asked to become comfortable with. Like, not everybody's gonna like you. I think maybe that's something that's been uncomfortable for you to deal with. Owl, good advice from a wise person. I love. Owls could be significant to you. Owls are one of my favorite animals, and I've just been getting them a lot in my readings. Peacocks, owls, like I said, yellow butterflies. I've also been seeing a lot of green parrots, and there's been this I've never seen before. It's not a dove, a white pigeon with a black tail that like stays posted up in the front of my house. So you're just so unique, and you have the wisdom of the air element. Like, you are so intellectually wise, and I think you're also understanding how to use this differently. With the dragon and the King of Swords, like, you're aware of who you are at this different intellectual level, where you don't have to, with that King of Cups reversed and the peacock, you don't have to like lie to yourself anymore. I feel like maybe you used to ostracize yourself, or maybe you still do this, and you're being asked to I just heard reintegrate. Wow, dolphin. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Wow. So in the next few weeks, good advice from a wise person, financial gain. This is great. Really, really great. You could be also seeing dolphin. Anything that is on the board here, if you've been seeing it, it's just extra confirmation. Oh my god, the card at the bottom here had the dove, or the white pigeon. Everything's occurring in perfect timing. Wow. Okay, marriage? Okay. You could be getting married within the next few weeks. You could have just gotten married. You could be getting engaged. You could be coming into sacred union where you will eventually marry this person. I am getting that a lot in general. There's a lot of sacred unions, like especially with this big energy we're talking about. You also coming into union with other divine counterparts of yours throughout this, as you are like stepping into this phase of your life, this era, this reality, this version of you for the first time, at least to your knowledge, in this reality. Yeah, like, it makes a lot of sense. The moon changes in your life. Yes, target a goal-oriented person when we have fucking goals right here. Yes, so changes in regards, maybe you are changing your goals with that Three of Pentacles. Like I said, changing the foundation, changing the blueprint. Maybe you didn't really have goals before. You were just getting like run to the ground by your mind or your survival mode. Maybe it's one of your goals is to get married, to find a partner. I feel like that is coming. I really feel like it's coming for this particular collective, like divine unions in business or romance within the next couple of months, 8 to 10 weeks, like very important people entering your life. Keep your life in balance with scales. This is reminding me of the Justice card with this balancing the scales. It's like a contract. Karmic contracts, new karmic contracts, I just heard. Like positive ones. You're closing out negative karmic contracts. Yeah, forces working against you. Right when I said that, pay attention to your health. Negative karmic contracts. So there's forces working, or there was forces working against you, and you're axing them out. Pay attention to your health. Maybe this energy before with that that King of Cups reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, I almost said. Yeah, this could be someone, again, like I said, that like used their resources against you, who maybe had more like financial power than you, that used that over you somehow, that kept you stuck to them. Maybe this was a marriage that you left, right? That affected your physical health, and you stepped out of it. This key to a new pathway, a new life. Excitement, firecracker, getting together with friends. Oh, this is so beautiful. Wow. So all of this is coming within the next couple of weeks, 8 to 10 weeks I'm getting for most of you. Let's get one more card. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Okay, this is like a confirmation of, remember that if you cry at any point in your life in general, but like within these next couple of weeks, everything's happening in perfect timing. Just because you're having a negative emotion doesn't mean you're not also experiencing all this beautiful stuff. Everything has to be in balance in the world, right? What was that card that we saw? The change. Yeah, changes in your life. Our emotions ebb and flow, always, and they always will. And this is something that Spirit's asking you. Maybe this is part of the advice. Spirit's asking you to go with the flow more, with the changes of your emotions, because your emotions, when you feel them and you release them, it's transmuting into power. So this is also recognizing that your power is so internal. It comes from within you and from Spirit. That's like part of this healing from this pain. Understanding how much you gave your pain away, or your power away rather, to pain, to victimizing yourself, to these other people. And you've broken free from this. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking, yeah. So you're coming out of this. Let's get like an overall. You are not your mind. Spirit is really wanting to let you know this unclear thinking. I don't know what to say. I'm processing. That's okay. You're not your mind. Just take it day by day, and your goals will come together. Specifically, financial goals are coming through for someone, and then you will be taken care of in difficult times with the staff. Yeah. Like, you're going to be fine. Okay, a big message for this collective is Spirit saying, like, you can't expect perfection from your life, and I think that maybe you're expecting a little bit of perfection. And this is really this is a transformative time of your life. Changes in your life. I feel like, oh, this is very exciting with the firecracker. This is going to come out of nowhere. Maybe you are going to meet someone like during a get-together with friends, in public at an outing of some kind through a friend, meeting new friends in general. As we pull our tarot card, the High Priestess was at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you could identify as a high priest or a high priestess and be a healer. You could work with tarot or work with Spirit in some way. You don't have to. But I definitely was getting like artist, working with the hands. So painter, masseuse, like I said. I just heard craftsman. You could like work with wood. You could be wanting to be like a motivational speaker or help people, a life coach. Like, there's so many ways that this can come through. I just heard for someone this is happening too, because somebody that hurt you is being incarcerated and is dealing with law enforcement, or there's been like law that has allowed you to be separated or protected from this person. That's not for everyone, obviously, but yeah, the Tower. This is unexpected. I feel like there's a lot of unexpected surprises coming in. So what is the advice for this collective, these dragon seeds? Yes, you are not your mind, okay? We've been trapped here for a long time. Even within this, we're stepping out of this with the ace. Oh wow, with the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck and King of Pentacles. 3 of Swords again. Wow, look at that. High Priestess, the Moon, and the Death card. deep emotional change. You can't, like, you are so connected to the other side of the veil. This is multiple dimensional healing. Versions of you, lifetimes. This is ancient healing you are doing. Stepping into your power. This is generational wealth you could be receiving and building for the first time in a long time. Like, you're healing generational energy in some way that has been off or broken, or wounded. But yeah, Ace of Swords and Eight of Swords. So Ace of Swords is about the breakthrough of the mind, new thoughts, new communication, new ways of seeing things, breaking through illusions. It's the truth, right? It's the divine truth coming through. It's clarity. Here, she's bound and covered with this blindfold, and she's unable to move. Some could say she could just back up and cut herself free. There's water that's coming over her that she could potentially, she knows that she's in a life or death situation, needs to get out of it, but yet her mind, the fear is consuming her and she's frozen. I feel like that could resonate with you. Within this, I just heard like DNA, like again, recalibration and DNA cellular upgrades. Look into working with light codes and light code healing for someone. That's going to really help with like this mental breakthrough stuff. But how can we break ourselves free from these confines of the mind? Because you're not your mind. That's probably, or Spirit wants to call attention to this goal, or part of your goals is to really rework your relationship with your mind. Okay? I'm going to get an advice card from here. And that's also, again, Gemini energy. So, what does this collective need to hear right now? These dragon seeds. Like, you are one of a kind. There is no one like you. No one has been able to tame or control or ride a dragon of your bloodline, or anybody else's bloodline rather than this other main one, right? It's almost like you're breaking into an industry that's maybe been blocked or like overconsumed by one particular company or family. Like, you are making a name for yourself. You are stepping into this industry, or wherever your career is, your purpose is. You are going to be someone that is very, very strong, powerful, and like a big part of this industry, like a well-known name. Oh, I just got the chills. Like, people are in awe of you, or will be in awe of you. I feel like they already are. To where does my soul want to travel, and what risk can I take today? Risk to break yourself free from the mind. You will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You'll have to leap the big scary leap, but do not fret, because your soul has wings. So make a decision to take this risk. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and courageous, and you will discover what you're really made of. So yeah, I feel like you're taking that risk of cutting yourself free from that blindfold, and you're honoring who you really are, which is this badass, career-driven, successful, purposeful soul. You have a lineage. You have, like, you deserve a good life. You deserve to be comfortable. You deserve good things. I feel like this is coming out of a poverty mindset, or a negative mindset where you're just assuming bad things will always happen. When we travel, we grow, we open up our little worlds to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand, and our desires are satisfied. Where is your soul calling you to visit? So maybe you are traveling. This is maybe part of this excitement, this goal. Maybe you want to travel. I feel like this is something important Spirit is calling attention to, is picking somewhere to go and start planning it. Believe that you can do that. I feel like some people think that they're stuck and that they can't travel or they can't move. This could be like going on a trip, or even just doing a simple task when we talk about travel. Even just like making a plan to do something and following through with it, and sticking to that day by day, and staying in the present. I feel like that was important for someone. Okay, so let's pull a charm or two, and then close out the reading. I'm so glad that I finally got to film this. Okay. Okay, that was way more than I thought I would, but okay. We have a seahorse. We have a squid. Ooh, very spiritual animals. We have an umbrella, a feather, a butterfly, like I said, the yellow butterflies, a shell, music. Spirit speaks to you through music. Dragonflies, for sure, and they're connected, very heavily connected to the mind. And dragonfly, wow, yeah. Your mind is connected to this. Is this a bunny? I don't know what this is. I think it's a bunny, but it's like a weird looking bunny. And a star. Like I said, dragon star, dragon seed. Your wish is coming true. And then let's see what this is. Capricorn, Saturn. Okay, this is like probably the slowest moving energy and a confirmation of that thousands of lifetimes thing. Yeah. And that Three of Pentacles. These are like life lessons. They could be considered mundane, but this is like about your resources, what you use in your day-to-day life to take one step at a time and move forward. I'm gonna get one more of these, or a couple more of these papers, just feeling like it, for more confirmations. Cancer stellium for someone. I said Cancer sun. Yeah. M or W, but I'm feeling like this is an M. First or last name or middle initial, or just M could be significant for someone. We have A, M-A, A-M. Morning time could be significant for you. Maybe a goal of yours is to wake up earlier, I just heard, for someone, or just to have more energy. The Queen of Wands, she's full of life force energy. A lot of your life force energy is going into your negative thought patterns and this emotional draining of people around you. And as you start shifting these things, you're going to have a lot more energy, like it said with the health, with the cane. 22. So you could be born on the 22nd, or V22 or 2022 could be a significant year where you like started doing a lot of this healing. But yeah. And then last one, Taurus, Saturn. Wow, more earth sign Saturn energy. So these are lessons around your abundance, your values, your money, your discipline. Again, like how you experience your world and your day to day, how you treat your body. It's really different. I feel like it's almost like you've just stepped into like a new skin. And maybe you don't even recognize yourself. Yeah, as I said that, I pulled out a giant butterfly. Yeah, huge transformation you've gone through externally as well, because this internal work does that. Last one, I promise. Ooh, first initial. We have a first initial. J, first initial for someone, okay? All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this resonates with you. This is a very important message. I am just praying, and I know that Spirit will deliver it to the people that are going to resonate with it, that it's meant for. And yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to have you be a part of this community. I've been making more messages, and if you'd like a private reading from me, the link for that will be in my bio or the description box. I mean, I'm getting used to saying that. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this. This was such a beautiful reading. You are special. I feel like this message is not going to be for a very huge collective. This is like a collective that are within that like 144K starseed energy where you can very much be a healer, okay? I just cut the deck to you are unlocking a new inner strength. Its light banishes the darkness of ignorance. Ugly duckling to beautiful swan. Subconscious pattern. You are one in a million. Yeah, I'm trying to pull or see. I have a lot of I guess they didn't want me to talk about particular careers. I made so many career cards, and that's why I'm like, I get retired. Maybe you're retired. Maybe that's why a career didn't come out. Manager. You could be retired, you could be a manager of some kind, but leadership is definitely coming through. Particularly in a field of artistry or healing of some kind, but you are an innovator. You are meant to lead and dominate your field, and not dominate in a way like it's done before, in a way that's selfish or bully like, or how your family did it. Like, you're changing this in the industry, in your family bloodline. Sorry, it's an impulse. Leo Venus. So, yeah, the way you love is very loyal. Like, we had that come out with that. Oh, it's all the way under here. Spirit's like, okay, we need to keep talking about this. That's that Leo Venus, the loyalty, faithfulness. Like, I feel like this is what you did not experience within your family, and you are building the support systems, you're attracting the kindred spirits, you're reconnecting to your origin, your tribe in this lifetime that you have yet to meet, that are going to be your family system. You're building a new family, that fortress. You're building a new legacy. You really are. Male or female, you're going to have this beautiful family. And I feel like you also are going to be a parent, even if it's not to human children, to maybe to pets. Maybe you want a farm, I'm getting for somebody. But this isn't giving like prestige and power. It's giving so much happiness, and it's going to be like a type of leadership that you can handle. It's not going to be like Game of Thrones, where you like it takes you to your demise type of thing, where you're going to get sick because you're working into the ground or have this horrible energy around you, or it's unbalanced. I feel like this marriage or the partnerships you're going to have are really going to help you stay balanced and taken care of throughout this whole thing. Like, you deserve this, and you deserve for your power to be seen, for you to step into your power, to own this version of yourself. And maybe look into working with Hecate, because if you've been feeling stuck of like, how do I fully get there, this energy is emerging and trying to break you through. I just heard break on through to the other side by the doors. So yeah, your mind might be the only obstacle with the squid and the seahorse. This is my father with the fact that a black seahorse came out. It's like there's subconscious patterns that stem from the father or the masculine energy, deep, because squid are like in the abyss. So shadow work, subconscious healing, continuing to do that is just going to keep making you more powerful, and it's going to aid you to get there. And spirit is really speaking to you through music, and any of these symbols that if you've been seeing is just extra confirmation. Okay, sorry, I'm a Gemini, I don't shut the fuck up. I love you so much. And if this resonates with you, comment. I might want to make another part if because I keep talking because I just love this message, and I could keep talking about it forever. But if you resonate, you can book a personal. I love you so much, and I wish you all the luck, and go be the fucking badass dragon seed you are. Bye.